reference to that which is in all, that which is all, and that which in all as one. Om Shanti. As human beings, we have the ability to realize, understand what this universe is all about and what our life is all about. When we examine our life, we see there are three powers, three different powers that we all have. In fact, we have many powers, but you can categorize them as three basic powers. That is, the desire. Desire is a power. Knowledge or wisdom or information is a power. And then the power to act, the instinct to act is another power. So today let's examine desire. What is a desire? What are the desires? The entire universe is based on desires. Basic instinct in human being is from desire. Lord Buddha said, desire is the cause of misery. No doubt, desire is the cause of misery when we identify ourselves with the desire. But when we see desire as a power, as an instrument that you have in your hand, then it rises up to another level of understanding where we see desire is nothing but joy. Every desire is towards joy. The aim of any wish is to be happy. It takes you towards joy, right? At least it promises. It may not deliver it, but it promises happiness. Even if you enjoy, or even if you are masochist, you are enjoying the pain. That's why you get into this mindset of masochism. If masochism doesn't bring happiness to a person or joy to someone, why would they be masochists? So, when you analyze the desire, you will see the state of mind that we are in before a desire arises is the same state when the desire is fulfilled. That means desire takes you in a full circle. It takes you around and brings you back to the same point where you were before a desire arose. Now, when one desire is fulfilled, there is one more coming behind that. So, it's a chain. The more you get fulfillment in the desire, the more desires keep coming inside of you. A stream of them keep coming. What do? You gallop on one after another desires. We seldom stay put and enjoy the moment, because there is no time. By the time the desire is fulfilled and you start enjoying it, one more, it's like the waves in the ocean, One wave comes and lashes the shore, it is retrieving back, it is receding, the another wave has already come. So when life moves like this, then we are on a constant run and we seldom look in and notice what is the source of joy, what is the joy for which we are desiring, we are galloping. That is our true nature. When we stay put and see, you see it is our very nature. You are here because of the desire, right? Your father and mother had the wish, they desired and you came here. And people meet together. That pull, that attraction that happens between people, between animals and plants, The procreation in creation is because of desire. Desire is the basis of this planet. Even if you say, I want liberation, that is also a desire. I want to get rid of all my desires, that is also a desire. So, there is virtually no getting rid of desires. Then what to do? Then be miserable? Galloping one after another wishes? No. Here, honor the desire. What is happening? A wish arises, a desire arises in you. Certain energy moves upward. You feel some sensations arising inside of you. And then that propels you into action. Correct? Lucky are those who desire and it gets fulfilled. There is no much time gap between the wish and its fulfillment. Some others, they have this long standing desire and they toil the whole life and finally they get it one day. By the time they get what they wanted, they are already exhausted. There is no energy left to enjoy it. Right? You will see this happening. And there are others who don't get their desires fulfilled. And this causes frustration. And the cells in our brain, our mind, our bodies are getting stuffed with the negative stuff, frustration. We are filled with frustration then. Then, you see, we sort of get used to this frustration. I see the drooping face and depressive mood. These things take over us. Do you know when people have this tendency to commit suicide, it is not because they don't have desire. Their desire is too strong. So that makes them harm themselves. It is interesting. Usually what you think, if you have no desire, then you find nothing is interesting, and so there is sort of dispassion and people don't want to leave because there is nothing left there in life. No, they are looking for greater joy and they are not getting it, so their desire has turned into frustration, and the frustration makes them to harm themselves. I would like you to look back in your own life. You have had a desire and it got fulfilled. How did you feel? Pay attention to that. How many times it has happened? I tell you, there is not one creature on this planet who had not had this experience. There is not one human being or any animal that has not had its even one single desire have been fulfilled. That's impossible. So we all have had some desires that we have fulfilled, and nature has fulfilled our desires. Pay attention to that state of mind and nurture it. Encourage that consciously. Then you will see there is a big difference that comes up in your personality, in your dealings with others, in your ability to deal with circumstances and situations. It's totally different then. Yeah? Instead, we remember all the failures and we hold on to the failures and we become sad and we cultivate that sadness. Then our DNA, our brain, our body, our mind, the cells, energy, everything is now getting used to being negative, and the drop of the hat, we start feeling negative, depressed and unhappy. In the Vedanta, there is a word there is a sutra. It says, Ananda Mayo Abhyasat. See, the spirit, the consciousness is bliss. But that bliss can be experienced by practice. You know, the infinite consciousness is full of bliss, but you cannot experience that bliss unless you cultivate that, practice it, practicing it, remembering it. Watch a baby. Their requirements are very few. Once the basic instincts are fulfilled, they are simply in a state of fulfillment, state of happiness. They are laughing for no reason. And as adults, we have cultivated such a mindset and we are unhappy for no reason. And then we are unhappy and then we try to find reasons why we are unhappy. And even if those reasons are nullified, even those reasons are satiated, then again you remain in the same drooping, gloomy state of mind. These 3 days we are going to examine our own tendency to desire. We are going to the root cause of this. Yeah? So I would like you to list down all your wishes. You know, a thought, a fleeting thought is not a wish. When we are so stressed, we get all sorts of thoughts. Sometimes it scares you. You know, you want to go and strangle somebody, and this wanting to strangle somebody, this thought comes because you are stressed. You don't realize how strong you are not centered. And when this thought comes, I won't say this is your desire. You don't have the desire to go to strangle somebody. But the thought passes by you because your system is all rattled. It's all messed up. And through pranayama, through meditation, when you calm down, you will see you get more positive thoughts. No, all thoughts are not desires. Desire is something that very compelling. It's a sort of compelling feeling. No doubt it's a thought backed by feelings, backed by the life force. So I would like you to look back into your own life right now as we are talking. How many incidences you have had those desires, which has brought a sense of enthusiasm in you, sparkle in your eyes, and you are all excited, because desires create that excitement and spark, enthusiasm, that sense of joy is already showing up in the very process of achieving or fulfilling the desire. Think about those moments and see those moments, what was the state of your mind. Remember the state, irrespective of the cause or the object or thing that you desire for. Look at the desire itself as a pure energy. It may be desire for ice cream, it may be desire for a post, maybe desire for a job, for a home, for car, for kids, for your partner, your companion, whatever it is. But that energy that rises in you, that invokes certain charm inside of you, if you pay attention to that energy, you are getting into the secret. You know, God is also called Kameshwar. The Lord is called the Lord of lust, Lord of desire. Means all this desire is nothing but the energy of the supreme consciousness, which is the summum bonum of the entire creation. So, even if you don't want to go into the philosophical part of it, just on the basics, you see what does it do to you, to your body. I mean, if we go deep into the philosophical aspect, it's great thrill. It's a feast for intellect. But on an experiential level, even if you see how each desire comes up in you like a wave and then it subsides. Either it subsides as frustration when it is not fulfilled. If it is fulfilled, satisfaction. If it's fulfilled, it leaves you with peace and a sense of elevation. Only short time, because another desire is is in the back to jump on, to take that vacant spot. With wisdom, our observation can bring this transformation of seeing ourselves as separate from desire. When you identify yourself so much with desire, that is when you become miserable. Do you see what I am saying? Let me give you an example. Here in India, in the 60s, early 60s, there were no color televisions, and the only entertainment is you go to a movie, and all this hype you see in the newspaper and here and there, and people would go stand in the queue, and you may not get the ticket in the first show because it gets house full. I remember how many people got so sad, they would cry hours. It's only a matter of waiting in the queue for the next show. But that short sense of disappointment of not getting a job, not getting along with a marriage proposal, or losing a competition, can create so much heartburn. Because you desired it, you wanted it so much. And when it almost came to you, and then you didn't get it, see the amount of disappointment it causes to you. At this point, if you retrieve back and observe, pay attention, what is this? Why I am upset of not having what I wanted? You will see you are much more than your desire, you are much more than what you craved for. Then you will say, never mind. That one thing, never mind, even if it's not there, never mind. I am not going to lose my calm equanimity, my calm posture. I am not going to lose my joy. If you can think this way, if you can look at this, it makes a very big difference. Yeah? Identifying yourself with the desire, if the desire is not fulfilled, you feel you are finished. And many people commit suicide because of this identification. They are so strongly identified with their desire, and that not getting into their hands, they feel there is no more life. You forget to see you did exist even before this desire arose in you. And you were happy, not that you were not happy. When people have a breakup in their relationship, they are destroyed. I mean, they feel completely broken down. They should only remember the state of mind where they were before they got into this current relationship which broke. Immediately they can become centered. They can regain their energy. They can get back to their spirit. So here I would say desire is a power, is a sword, is a knife that you can use. You can use to cut food, cut the bread, and you can cut your hand also. You have to have the wisdom to use this knife, use this instrument, use this energy in us called desire. So I would like you to do this exercise. Make a list of all those desires you have had in the past and how many of them have been fulfilled. And notice how their fulfillment has brought you a sense of elevation. And then also think of all those desires which were not fulfilled. If you look back, you will find certain desires that did not fructify in your life. You are happy about it too. You know, as a child, maybe you wanted to be a captain of a ship, or you wanted to be an engine driver, or some desires which, you know, today you may find it obsolete. You may find it meaningless, right? If God were to grant you all your boons, you would be even more miserable, I tell you. Because many desires, many wishes that arise in us depends on the state of our mind at the time, state of our body-mind complex. If it is stressed, you get all sorts of thoughts or desires, strong desires, which you may not release later on when you are in your senses, right? So list them out also, those who are unfulfilled desires. Now, as I said, some wishes can get fulfilled quickly, some wishes may take long time. Suppose you sow a seed, you put a sapling of mango, and you cannot next day say, oh, I sowed this mango sapling, but where is the fruit? My dear, it's not going to give you fruit immediately. You have to wait. You should have patience to wait. So certain wishes, for them to become, to get realized, it will take time. And the patience to hold on to your wish is again something you have to pay attention to, right? And imagine, suppose it's already done, your wishes are granted, your boon is being granted to you. And what would you feel then? Imagine that. Remember that. And cultivate yourselves, your brain cells, with this positivity that you already have it. You know, there is a saying, isn't it? Those who have it will get more, and those who don't, whatever little they have will also be taken away from them. This is exactly what it is. How we feel about our own desires. If you have a doubt, oh, will it happen or not? Maybe it will not happen. So what? If it doesn't happen, wake up and say, so what? I don't care, I don't mind. Then you get more centered, right? So your desires should not be bigger than you. Your shoes cannot be too big, right? And you can't wear them. Yeah? Can you wear a shoe which is too big for you to walk? You can't walk then, right? So your desires should be smaller than you, and it is. This is what we must remember. Then we will be able to use this energy called desire in the most productive manner. Wishes or desires, they come on their own. They don't take your permission to enter into you, right? They just come, they just pop up. As I said earlier, don't think every thought is a desire. I am not talking about the thoughts. You get millions of thoughts, but not all of them are desire. But the one which you feel in the gut, you feel in your whole body, I want this really, that is the desire. Now, even this desire, when you become a witness to it, offer it to the universe, you will see there is a shift in your consciousness, and that shift keeps smiling on your face, the joy in your mind constant, and nobody and nothing can take it away from you. We need to do this as a practice. You know, in yoga also it is said santosha, contentment or happiness, joy should be practiced. It is niyama. Like cleanliness, contentment is also to be practiced. We often don't pay attention to this. We seldom pay attention to this. Right? So, recollect all those moments when your desires have been fulfilled, and recollect all those moments when the desires have not been fulfilled, and you still exist. That's okay. Maybe sometime in the future it will be fulfilled. Maybe.
Agniputra Shri
Right?
Anandamurti Sharavana Bhava Shiva